Good morning, everyone. It's Libby from Meister's Guidance. I'd like to acknowledge the World, my First Nations people, and I'd love to welcome you, my guides, your guides, along with us today. Just work on that light a little bit, see which that's a little bit better. So yes, back in the bedroom today. Family's all home, watching the Bathurst racing in the wet out west. We have a glorious sunny day here today, and it is tropically muggy. So let us see what message Meister and Narin have for us at this time. The idea is that you scroll through any image or images, because we seem to have a lot of repeat messages from Meister and Narin. There are 44 cards in the Namaste deck, and we keep pulling the same ones over and over because this is the time that we need these particular messages. As I was shuffling, I was thinking about what's going on in the world. We have flooding in Australia and Pakistan and other places, what's going on with Ukraine and Russia, the oil prices because of OPEC deciding to reduce production. Just there's so much going on for so many people. There's elections happening in contentious parts of the world. And so I think if anything, these messages are even more important than ever. So you don't need to watch me shuffle. So I've actually pre-shuffled and pre-drawn these cards. I have no idea what the oracle cards are. I know the Namaste card. And what this is the Namaste card will give us the foundation, and then the oracle cards will give us the depth of the message that the guides have for us at this time. So you'll probably recognize this card. It's a beautiful card. And the message we have for today, or for now when you need it, is life is a timeless moment in the eternal now. You perceive a yesterday, today and tomorrow, but the reality is there is only now. Focusing on the past or the future keeps you from fully living and receiving life's blessing. Bring your awareness within and receive this timeless blessing of being in the now. So if you'd like to pause and read it for yourself, fabulous. So life is a timeless moment in the eternal now. We as humans, we often live in the past and in the future, but in all honesty, now is all we've got. There is no point in worrying about what's going to happen because it hasn't happened yet and it may never happen. And there's no point in tossing and turning about what went on in the past because it has been, it is, there's nothing we can do about it except that what we have done in the past has made us who we are now and has hopefully made us better humans on this planet, custodians of whatever sector of this universe that we live in at the moment. If I look a little bit hot and glowy, I do apologise. It is absolutely steaming out there today after having me in the jumper the other 3 days ago, and I've been working in the garden. I've been harvesting the last of the not so spring onions because the steamy weather is not good for them. Okay, let's come on down and see what message, the clarification of this message Meister and Narin have for us. So life is a timeless moment in the eternal now. We as humans perceive yesterday, today and tomorrow, but the reality is only now. Okay, let's have a look. So the first cards I've got are my Australian wildflower, and we'll see what message they have for us. Enthusiasm. Yes, embrace the now with enthusiasm, because that is all we have, is right now. Don't worry about the past. Don't fret about the future. Have your enthusiasm in the now. Strength, because that is where our strength lies. Our strength lies in acknowledging what we have done has brought us to this point, and our strength is by living in the now. We can plan for the future, but it gives us strength by being in the now and setting the foundation stones for where we will go. And then we have inspiration. Beautiful card, often pops up. So we'll see what the progressive if this is enthusiasm, strength and inspiration. And these are all now cards. Enthusiasm is in what you are doing today at this moment. The strength is in what you are doing today at the moment, what you setting the foundations, strengthening your relationships with the now, living in the moment. That is where your strength and your inspiration going forward comes from, the now. So under enthusiasm we have be true to your heart. Oh, very much. Be true to your heart. What is it that you want out of life? Yes, I know we'd all think we would love the Learjet and the villa in south of France, but that they're material things. This is about your heart. Be true to your heart. Are you being honest with yourself about where you are in the now? Or are you living in the past? Or are you living in the future? Or are you living a life that you perceive that others think that you should be living? This is about being true to yourself. Under strength, love matters. Most importantly, love of yourself, love of who you are, acceptance of who you are. And only once you have the love within can you share it without. So by being true to your heart, by being true to who you really are, who you want to be, what is important in your life, the strength comes through by loving yourself first, by loving who you are. And that is the most important. This is not a narcissistic love, this is an acceptance love. And under inspiration, we're off on an adventure. Off on the adventure. So by going through these first two steps of enthusiasm for who you are in the here and now, and being true to your heart of what it is that being accepting of who you are and who you want to be in your heart, not what you want to be that you think will bring you not material things that you think will bring you happiness, because we all know deep inside our souls that it is not material things that bring us happiness. It is being true to ourselves and being fulfilled within ourselves. And the strength is loving ourselves. And through that, we can have inspiration and adventure going forward. Woohoo! Okay, so under enthusiasm and being true to your heart. Your inner child is here to play. What was it? Actually, I had an interesting discussion yesterday. Yes, yesterday. About a friend that was discouraged with their work, but they were being paid so much that they couldn't bring themselves to leave. And it was very much a discussion about, well, as long as you make enough money to pay your bills and to live comfortably, what is it that you really truly wanted to do when you were a child? What was it that you felt enthusiastic? What was it that inspired you as a child? What brought you joy? What was it as a youngster that you really wanted to do? And if you at that stage where you're finding life is discouraging, it's about going within, being true to yourself and reconnecting with what is it that brought you true joy. And whether that means that you need to move jobs, move locations, move relationships, that is, and if that's what's going to bring you true joy in the here and living in the here and now, those are the here and now actions that you need to take. So it is about going within and being true to yourself. And what is it that actually brings you joy? Under strength and love matters, she comes up a lot for us. I love this card. Awaken the warrior woman within. Your strength is love for yourself, for who you are, for accepting who you are, and taking the action to actually awaken your warrior woman. What is it that gets you out of bed of a morning with a leap? What is it that you feel a thrill in your heart when you think about doing? Awaken that action woman within. And under inspiration and adventure, we have the moon. Unconscious mind. What is it? Unconscious mind, subconscious mind, feminine intuition. Now, feminine is not necessarily female for all you blokes out there. Feminine is just we've got the yin and the yang, and the feminine is just a balanced side of every personality. We all have masculine and feminine in us. It is about awakening the compassionate side, not the go do it necessarily side. They both bring, both male and female energies bring in all the same energies, but in different ways and to different degrees. So this is about the inspiration and adventure, going into your subconscious mind, connecting with both sides of your personality, your masculine and feminine, and bringing forward these adventures that you really wanted to undertake. So I love these cards. Love these cards, as I do every week, because someone will find a really important message out of this. They're not necessarily for everyone, and I don't necessarily have these are my interpretations. So if you get a different interpretation out of these cards, you are welcome to that interpretation for whatever it speaks to you. But we have the enthusiasm and being true to yourself. This is the foundation of living in the now, not focusing on the past or the future, being who you are now and living in the moment. And what is it that brings you joy? What is it that brought you joy as a youngster? And is there any way you can incorporate that into your life now? Or just even think about, in the now, how can I transition to this place of joy? What do I need to do to actually be true to myself and find this joy? We have the strength. So with the inner acceptance of living in the now, you find yourself with an incredible amount of strength even if it's just basking in the sun and feeling the rays on your face, or whether it's going out in the rain and enjoying the sensation of the rain falling on you, not if you're in a flooding zone, or smelling the flowers, looking at the bees, eating a salad, just anything in the actual now. By embracing that moment, you find that you feel a real inner strength. And because when you are in the now, thank you, Meister, that is when spirit can be in contact with you. If your brain is yabbering about what did I do in the past, if I could go back and change it, or stressing about what's happening in the future, spirit finds it difficult to come in. Your spirit guides and the universal light finds it difficult to enter your body. So by being in the now, that's when you find your greatest strength. And it's love. Love for yourself, love matters. Love for yourself, love for spirit, love for the universe. And once you have those elements, then you can expand that love out and you can share it. And one of the big things I've learnt recently is about connecting into source energy. So not taking energy from others, not playing power games. I haven't played power games for years, but not playing power games to draw energy from others. I have been undertaking the source energy for years, but it's only really recently that I've realised what I've been doing. It's about drawing the energy from the universal light, from nature, from the air, from the earth. It's not about drawing your source your energy from others. It's about coming into your own energy so that you can share it out. And once you've reached that stage, by being true to yourself, by being in the present, by being in contact with, through meditation or however it occurs to you, Meister always used to talk to me, yell at me, have the discussions. We used to have the discussions when I was in the shower, of all places, because at that time when I was first getting in touch, I found meditation difficult because I couldn't get my brain to stop talking. And when I was in the shower doing something mindless, washing my hair or whatever, that was the opportunity for Meister to come in and communicate with me and my other spirit guides. So it is about being in the moment, not the past, not the future, being in the moment, and that's when you'll find your connection with your guides and your source. And from that moment of accepting yourself, loving yourself, and being in the moment, which is where your strength lies, you actually will be able to then take action. Have to still yourself first, be here and now, and then only when you're in that stage can you clearly see what action you need to take to move on to this inspirational energy of going forward. Inspiration, adventure, and bringing forward your Mother Earth energy from within. You have it. It is subconsciously within you. And only by stilling your mind, being in the moment, will it come forward. You can, and what happens then is when it comes forward, it's about recognizing it is the first step. Recognizing, and it can be scary, or it can be, oh, that's what it is. Recognizing it, acknowledging it. This takes time. It doesn't all happen the first time you meditate. It all takes time, but it is about being in the here and now, recognizing this subconscious mind energy that's coming in, and you will find with practice, the more you connect into it, the first time it might only be seconds, because it can take you quite by surprise. But over time, what you find is then you actually, and it can take months, it can take years, but it may even take only days and weeks for you, depending on what stage you are at in this stillness. You will find you can then just sit in that energy, and it is there for you forever. You sit in it after a while. It is there for you to draw on instantly. Okay, just to finish up, I hope that all made sense to you. That was an interesting message from Meister and Narine today. I'll just draw a couple of cards from the Work Your Light Oracle to finish up today. But life is a timeless moment in the eternal now. We only have now. You perceive a yesterday, today and tomorrow because that is human to do so, but in reality there is only now. Focusing on the past or the future keeps you from fully living and keeps you from fully receiving the life blessing that is in your present. Okay, oops, a couple of cards from Work Your Light, please, Meister, just to finish up. Meister, a couple of cards just to finish up. See what he can bring. Ooh. Oh. The crumbling. What are you clinging on to? What is holding you back? Holding you back from being in the moment? Is it this past that you have perhaps regrets over, or is it a future that you're worrying over? What are you clinging to that is preventing you from walking through this huge archway to a beautiful future? Align your life. What is not aligned that you need to change? So this is very much about going within and accepting and loving yourself, connecting into source, opening yourself up, which is scary, but what is not aligned that you need to change. It is about aligning yourself with your universe, with the purpose of your lifetime. And your guidance is divinely guided. Your guidance is divinely guided. So once you acknowledge what you are clinging on to, what is holding you back, once you acknowledge what is not aligned and aligning yourself and opening yourself, you will find yourself divinely guided. Thank you for joining me today. It was an absolute pleasure to have you along. I hope you found something in this message for you. It may not be as I interpreted it, but the essence is there for you to think about yourself. Go back and watch it again if you need to, and look after yourselves. Love to you all. Take care.